What's up, Instagram? Yours truly, the real Jeanna Petty here. So excited. Once again, we are coming here live before you today to showcase verified boss women. Yo, this platform is all about encouraging women to uplift, gain more confidence, become the best version of themselves, get paid to be you. Make sure you have the boss mentality, okay? Not like a boss in a job, somebody like, you know, just bossing you around. No, like just being the boss of yourself in your own world, in your life. And so I'm excited. We are showcasing a beautiful powerhouse today. And I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and, hey, what's up? I'm gonna send her an invite here real quick so we can get this thing started. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, Tanika, thank you for tuning in. Yours truly, the real Jeanna Petty. For those of you just now tuning in, we are showcasing another amazing powerhouse. This young lady she's been such an inspiration for me over the last few years. I've watched her. She's actually trained me in the gym. Hey, what's up? The real _ Hardy. Thank you for tuning in. She has trained me like, OMG. At one point in my life, I was getting up early, going to the gym, and like, even before everybody was waking up, getting ready for work, I was like ready for the day. Super, super lit. Hey, thank you for tuning in. So I'm excited to bring her before y'all today. Back a couple years ago, I used to host a show called Wine Talks. We did a Wine Talk episode together. And just to tell you a little bit about her, oh my God, she's a serial entrepreneur. Like when I say serial, some people like overly use serial entrepreneur, but this lady is like everything from a fitness coach to a health coach to a radio personality to a model. Like I could go on and on about how amazing she is. And I really appreciate her and her presence and the fact that she just does her. Like she doesn't worry about anybody else and what they think. She just continues to move forward, and she's a really big influence, in my opinion, in my hometown. And so I'm thankful for her. Like I appreciate your existence. Where am I going with this? So I don't know, it doesn't show that she's here. Let me see. Okay. All right. All right.
Hey. Can you hear me, darling? What's up? I'm good. How are you today?
Fantastic. I can't complain.
I can hear you.
You can? Okay. Awesome. It might be a little bit of a delay, but I can work with it. Awesome. So thank you so much for taking out the time. I know you're a super busy woman. I was just here bragging about you before you got on, about how you do so many things and how some people downplay serial entrepreneur, but you are like in it and doing it and being you. I love it.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And so actually it's one of the sections in my book, I talk about how, you know, we have the ability to get paid to be who we are. And I feel like you are a prime example of that. Your personality, you have a passion for fitness, and I'll let you explain a little bit more about what you do as we go into details. But everybody, this is JQ at JQ Now on Instagram. She is, like I said, for the 50th time, a powerhouse. And so I'm just excited and grateful for you to be here today. And if you don't mind, go ahead. I'll let you introduce yourself. Tell us a little about who you are and what you do, and we'll go from there.
What's up, everybody? First, I want to say thank you, Jay, for inviting me to be on this platform. It's exciting to share with you. You're a major entrepreneur yourself, and don't take it lightly. You are a serial entrepreneur too. So, right, boss up. For those people who don't know me, my name is JQ. I am a lover of life. I do health, wellness, entrepreneurship, media, and all things that I love. I believe in monetizing on your joys, which is
Nice.
why I'm a serial entrepreneur. And I'm just excited to be here today. Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you again. And I want to thank everybody else who are tuning in right now. Thank you for all the hearts and love y'all are showing. We won't be before you long. I know everybody has super busy lives, and today's Sunday, so we're gonna just jump right into it. And one of the next questions we have is, what is one thing that you use or do? What is one thing that you do to keep your mindset intact? Uh-oh, I think we got a little freeze. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Okay, I'm back. I was like, oh no, what happened?
Somebody said, don't forget beauty. Oh yeah, definitely got to put that in there.
Most definitely. Thank you for reminding me.
I wasn't sure if you got my question, but we asked, what is one thing that you do or what is one thing that you say to keep your mindset intact? You know, and as an entrepreneur, I know anybody probably has doubt every now and then, you know, but what is something that you use regularly to keep yourself going?
The Bible and Post-it notes in real time. You know, if you've heard anything about me before, Post-it notes is my gig. Things that are coming to my mind or things that I believe in, I have Post-it notes all over my workspaces, all over my personal spaces, because I'm a person of words. I love words, and I believe that words have power. And then the Bible, I'm a faith-based woman. I don't do anything. I don't participate in anything. Everything I do is led by my Savior, God. I stepped out on faith in this entrepreneurship life, and every time I stray away from faith is when I lose. So I try to stay faith-based on my foundation, and Post-it notes, baby, is what keeps me organized.
Nice. I love it. That is awesome. I actually have a few of them myself, but I need to get more. I really like that concept. And a couple of years ago, I lived with one of my roommates. She would Post-it note like everywhere in the house, like, if you go in the kitchen, you see faith on the, you know, the cabinets or whatever it may be. And that is powerful. I believe in that because repetition works. And when you see something over and over and over, you know, you have no choice but for it to seep into your subconscious. So I love that. That's awesome. I definitely want to add. Sorry.
Yeah, one of my business coaches and my mentors when I first, you know, actually started in my third business, Dr. Kreslin Kelly Ellis.
Okay.
She was the one that encouraged me, JQ, just write it down. And you try to hold everything in your thoughts, your brain just doesn't have the capability to keep up with all of it. And so I started doing the color-coded Post-it notes, you know. So for personal stuff, I have a certain color. For business things, I use for a certain color all the time. You know, if I want to do something on an entrepreneurial level or self-development, you know, there's 4 different colors of those Post-it notes that I use, and they are all over the place. But yeah, words have power, and I believe in the energy and the synergy that you put out when you put the right words in place.
Awesome. Awesome. So I have to ask you, are you talking about Miss Kreslin locally there in Huntsville? So that's
yeah,
awesome.
Well, you know,
so last week we actually interviewed her daughter. So like, look at the synchronicity there. That's beautiful. That's dope. Okay. Cool. So the next question we have is, what inspired you to be in your field? That might be tough because you do a lot of things, but what inspired you, I guess, ultimately to get into entrepreneurship?
Flexibility. I was a single mom, and I like making money. And so as a single mom, making money means that I had to work 2 jobs most of the time. You know, like you have 2 parents, I needed 2 incomes. And working 2 jobs for a corporate person, meaning I had to spread myself thin between 2 8-to-5s, or working an 8 to 5 and then a night shift. And as a single parent, if anybody knows, even as a double parent, if you have the extra person in your home, time does not move. There are only 24 hours in a day. And so I had to move into a place where my gifts and my talents could make money for me and not for someone else. And actually getting sick, having cancer is what pushed me into full-time entrepreneurship, because I couldn't go back to those other jobs. I didn't have the strength or the connections to do that. And so here I am today. Now I'm a full-time entrepreneur, and it really was my situation and my flexibility that pushed me into being full-time.
Nice. That's beautiful. And so I really appreciate that. I love your story. And I want to just kind of highlight for people, you know, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. However, you don't want to be forced or pushed into it, you know, when certain things come about. So if you feel like that may be something that you need to do, I suggest and recommend that, you know, you start doing your research, follow the people like this JQ, and, you know, get yourself going and get started. Because even with COVID and everything going on this year, you've seen so many businesses come up because they were forced into those situations. And so, you know, if you can, don't wait on something to happen. Do it now, okay? And as you can see, she's a prime example of the success and the beauty that can come along with it. And I have to highlight, so you mentioned your health background at one point, and I was going through your pictures trying to figure out like how to make my graphics, right? And I was like, this lady is, I don't know how old, but like in her 50s, looking like she's 30, right? So I have to give you props because you are so beautiful. And of course, black don't crack, but I can tell that you are really taking care of yourself. You're happy, and that's all that really matters, you know, ultimately. And so that's just awesome. That's beautiful.
You know, I really thank you so much for all of that. But I am a advocate for self-care, and I believe that when you can take care of yourself in the manner that you want to be taken care of, or self-care in the manner of the life that you want to live, it makes a big difference, Jay. I mean, in real time, especially as women, the art of taking care of ourselves, the priority of loving on ourselves, the priority of doing for ourselves has been lost. And so I had to relearn that, you know, in my 40s, literally, I had to relearn that. So taking care of yourself is so important. And we forget the small things of taking care of ourselves also include our mind, our spirit, our personal development, and not just what we look like. So aligning ourselves with being able to treat ourselves the way we want to be treated, taking care of ourselves the way we want others to do that in return, and also planning for our futures the way we do of other people, even our children. It is so important for the quality of our life as we get older. So important.
Absolutely. Wow. So that's interesting. Of course you highlighted the mind. Okay. That's key there. And I think that people think that maybe it's overused or like, oh, well, I know that part, but it's so serious that you get your mind right. And then you use the word plan. And so that's actually our next question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is planning to you? And maybe give us some a little details about how you plan, if you don't mind sharing that.
Planning on a scale of 1 to 10, the importance of it is 29 million. It's off the scale of 10. It's 29 million. Right. Because for me, it is the #1 priority outside of staying connected faith-wise, faith-based. It's like literally on the things that I can control. Planning is so important, especially as an entrepreneur, because even if you're not a serial entrepreneur, if you are taking on something that you're planning to grow yourself, if you don't have a plan for that, when things come at you, you're not going to know what to do. And I didn't start off in entrepreneurship with this major together strategy and organization of planning. It happened over time. Now, naturally, I'm a logistics person, meaning I like things in order and with structure. Mm-hmm. But as an entrepreneur, order is totally different and structure is totally different than running a business. Those are two different things, you know, and so it is very important. Some of the tools that I use to help me be a better planner and be more organized are calendars, schedules, assistants, people. Virtual assistants are so major for me right now. Also a team. If you don't have a team, and a team doesn't mean that people that you are paying out of your pocket, your team of support could be, you know, someone that you work with over here. It could be people like Dr. Kreslin. Make sure that you have a business mentor. Also, make sure that every month You're looking back at your goals. You're staying connected to your plans. You're keeping it in the forefront of your mind, because that also helps to keep you on track where you want to go, where you plan to go. Because we all get off track. There are sometimes things that come my way, girl, and I'll be like, ooh, yeah, I want to do that. That's on my list. That's on my bucket list. But then when I go to my plan and I look at how I'm going to do it, it's like, ooh, no. It's on there, but it's not on there right now. So having it written down, I keep a journal. And again, those Post-it notes, words, having it in front of you all the time is a great way to stay on plan, and being strategic about it. Enlisting help. You know, I enlist help from several different places. My mentors are my biggest help for me, because I'm driven by accountability. That's another way entrepreneurs can make it. If you don't have accountability resources in place, I don't care who you are, whether you're working for someone or you're working for yourself, you're not going to be nearly as successful if you're not being held accountable for what you say you want to do.
Oh, wow. That's true. That's very true. I'm going to have to go back and watch this a couple times, because you threw in so many jewels there. I'm trying to remember so I can go back. But so one of the things that stood out you said was keeping it in front of you. Okay. That's super important for me, I know, because I get overwhelmed. I get anxiety. I overthink. And my life coach tells me, like, okay, Jeanna, just write it down, you know, and then you can organize it from there. And unfortunately, in the past, I've gotten into situations where I don't write things down, and then I get to a point where I'm like, okay, you just need a journal and write this stuff down, and then like start over, you know. So I get in my notebook like, okay, hey, I'm back. I was not supposed to be saying this because I was supposed to be writing yesterday, you know. But that's true, and it really helps when you have things in front of you. I have friends who come back to me that are like, you know what, you were so right. I just wrote it down, and now I see the difference. And you know, the power of writing things down, and that, you know, we can get it. That's a whole nother subject. But it's really true, and it works. And so that's good stuff.
Our brains are so powerful. We don't even realize the amount of triggered thoughts that we have throughout a day. It's over 1.4 million transitions of thoughts that go through our mind a day. And those are subconscious thoughts, or in the forefront, what we call in the frontal lobe thoughts that we can actually like connect with immediately. However, the things that also transpire in your mind somehow are affected by your outside stimulation. And those are sometimes good and they're sometimes bad. So having a way to go back or re-enter those thoughts, putting them down on paper, writing them down, for some people using a cell phone, transcribe, it doesn't matter how you do it. It also helps you to organize and prioritize your thoughts, because those things that keep coming back to you may be things that you need to address right now versus those things that are subconsciously coming in your mind. Having a plan that connects you to those thoughts also helps you to be more effective. So if I'm always thinking of the color green and then I'm visiting my plan all the time, I now know why that green, the connection of color of green, is coming into my thoughts based on my plan, because, oh, in my plan, in 5 months, I wanted to have a green house. Understand the correlation there? It also helps to keep our brains clear, organized into the priorities of what we wanted to do with our plans.
True. Nice. Awesome. And so also what stood out was the accountability. That's very true. And I realized that about myself. That's why I reached out and got a life coach, and realizing that in other businesses that I want to start back up, I have to find somebody who, somebody else is in the industry to work with to hold me accountable. And so I really like that, because, at the end of the day, and I send out texts every week or every Monday through Friday, like boss thoughts, right? And the other day I said, I was listening to Eric Thomas, and he talked about the you versus we factor. If you continue to use the word I and think about only yourself and thinking that you are going to succeed versus having a team and thinking about the people that you're, making a difference in, we goes a lot further. You'll be a lot more successful. You may not be achieving anything because you don't have, a team of people or the accountability of people with you to move forward. And so that's awesome. And then the last thing, let me think. He said mindset, accountability, writing it down. And I think it was assistance. Okay, so I've been contemplating a lot about that. But I need like 3 or 4 of me.
Listen,
need one right now.
girl, assistance could mean a virtual assistance. Assistance could mean a calendar reminder app assistance. So when you think about assistance, think about not necessarily a person to fill that place, that space, but a resource that fills that space. So I'll give you an example of what I use for assistance. Yes, I do have a virtual assistant, but I also have an app that reminds me to do certain things. And when it comes up to doing those things, the accountability for me is holding myself accountable by going back to my plan and checking them off. But accountability is huge. Do you realize we can't do anything without being accountable? Whether it's somebody else holding us accountable or we're holding ourselves accountable for the accomplishment. There's nothing that we can do. You know, I'm a faith-based woman. I believe in a God, and I know God holds me accountable. The Bible is a way for me to keep my spirituality in check when it comes to my accountability, just like my calendar, or going all the way back to the original thing, my plan. Because when I go back and I look at it, I can check off those things that I said I was going to do. Or if I didn't do, I can reevaluate why I didn't get those things done and try another way. Accountability is huge. Working in the fitness business, in the media business, any of the clients or customers I work with in, you know, product, recently I've been diving back into now creating products, skincare, you know, coming up with my own fitness products line. And again, if you don't have some way to be accountable for that, you're not going to be successful. You're just throwing things out there in the air. But if you don't have a way to find out if they're working or if it's coming back to you, and you just keep putting energy out there, then your synergy is going to run real low, real low.
Right. You're making it sound so easy.
It ain't easy, baby.
I know.
It is not easy. And you're right. Like you said at the beginning, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. But I think that a level of entrepreneurship is available for everyone. And it may not be in your career path, but we have to manage our own selves. We are entrepreneurs of our own lives. And so when we master ourselves, when we look at ourselves and the system of ourselves and how our outside can help assist us in that, we, the big word, we can be successful as entrepreneurs of our lives. And then we can apply those same steps, those same logistic things to all of the things that we want to accomplish and become successful at.
Awesome. So with all the things that you do have, if you don't mind me asking, you do have somewhat of a team that helps you out, or how do you keep it all and go with it all?
Oh, I have more than somewhat of a team. And in my immediate circle, Jay, I have 12 people that I work with on a weekly basis, and that's regularly, between, you know, the 4 to 6 businesses that I manage daily. There are 12 people, and that's for those businesses. I have a separate virtual assistant for each one of them because I'm a big organized junkie and I can't talk to the same person about the same thing. So that helps me keep them all separate as well. But yes, I have a team of people. One of the things I learned early as an entrepreneur, just because I had the ability to do just about every aspect of my job or my business doesn't mean that I should, because I want to be the most effective. So what I did was the places where I'm the strongest at, I implemented my own skills. The places where I'm weak, even though I have the ability to do it, that's where I enlisted support, because I want it to be a strong area too for my business to be able to be at 100%. Delegation is important. You don't see no corporations where the CEO is doing everything. Matter of fact, the CEO is usually just saying, you find somebody to find somebody to find somebody else to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we got to think about it like that too. You cannot do and execute everything. Your abilities have nothing to do with your capabilities. And that's one of the biggest things I've learned early as an entrepreneur.
Wow. Okay, so this was for a lot of other people to see, but you are preaching to me right now. Because I am still working on it. But like you said, because I know how to do certain things, I tend to do them and then I get overwhelmed. But I do want to be the most effective and like really execute on what I'm the best at, and you know, let somebody else do those other things. And so thank you for sharing that, because I'm still working on that and to build my team. That is a good thing. That's good. So our next question is, what does your ideal customer look like, and how would you describe an end result for your clients?
And this is a good question, because I recently had to, reevaluate. And that's another thing you're always doing as an entrepreneur. You're making sure that you reevaluate yourself and your systems. But my consumer is somebody that wants the product or the service that I have. I recently changed, probably in the last 2 years. I would always try to go out and find my consumer. Not anymore. With the way the consumer market is and our economics is in, where I'm at right now, there's already a demographic of people out there. So what I'm doing is I am working with the customer who already wants what I have, whether it's a tangible product or whether it's a service. And then I'm customizing that. I'm making a very specific customer experience just for them. We are moving into an economic system where people want to feel unique. They want to feel like it's all about them. And so all of my businesses are slowly moving into a more specific demographic of customers who are out there, we've done surveys, told me, hey, this is what we're looking for. And so now I'm moving into providing just that. An example of that is like even in my fitness business, clients will say, hey, I want this kind of program. I want that kind of program. Okay, fine. Let's make a program for what you want versus I got this booty program. Who wants it? Difference. You see what I'm saying? So based on that, then I can offer the customer and the consumer a more unique experience and a more specific product that fits their need. That gives me the opportunity also to diversify my funds and how I make my money, because I'm not limited to one specific genre or demographic of consumer.
Wow. That's good. Good stuff. Thank you. So our last question here is, what can we look forward to with you or your business? And please make sure you mention like how we can contact and stay in touch with you, your social media, stuff like that.
Looking forward to, right now I'm rebranding, and I'm rebranding my personal brand as well. I'm also in the process of, we're building a radio station, a full size radio station, working with Paradox East. So definitely go. We're live right now, 24/7. You can go to paradoxeast.org. I'm like right now, that's what I do on Sundays. I'm in the studio. We're doing the radio station podcast. You can also, I just want to make a quick announcement. Just got in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest podcast conference online for 1 week. So I'm super excited about that, as well as, just making a few changes to my brick and mortar business at Fitness Defied and looking to expand. Other than that, just stay connected. You can find me on all social media platforms at JQ Now. Look me up and let's connect.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much. I do want to know, is the station going to be in Huntsville, or where will it be located?
The station houses in Huntsville, but we are worldwide. Our playlist is for indie artists, and right now we are all the way in, I think it's UK, Tim? Yep. Where are we playing? Our biggest area is where? States. All over the place. So, and it's all different kind of artists. Where? Yeah, you visa yesterday. So make sure you guys tune in. You can listen anytime. And again, it is an independent station. So you can log on to paradoxeast.org and tune in anytime. We've got a lot of local DJs. If anybody's interested in a place to house a show, we're also taking talk shows, all different kinds of things. We've got a station and we've got broadcast space for you as well. So make sure you're connecting with us concerning that as well.
Awesome. And so I was going to try to type it, but Paradox, Paradox
Paradox, PARADOXEAST.org.
Awesome, awesome. Wow, that's beautiful. Congratulations on
Thank
your level
you.
up, giving us the prime example of a verified boss woman, getting paid to be you. Working on the mind, planning, being ahead of yourself. Those are all things that I discuss in my book, and I'm looking forward to sending you mine to get your feedback on it. And again, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else you want to leave us with before we go?
Yeah, I just want to say, don't forget to love on yourselves, love whoever your divine creator is, stay connected, focused, and I love you.
Nice. We love you too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate you for having me on this platform, girl, and I cannot wait to put my eyes on your book.
Likewise. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye.